Okay, so my number 19 is Picaresque by the Decemberists. I for years thought it was called Picturesque. It was only when actually doing my research that I found it was called Picaresque. This was released in 2005. There's 11 songs on the album and it's approximately 53 minutes and 12 seconds long. It's the third studio album from the Decemberists. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Decemberists, they're kind of like a folk band. They sing about quite a lot of kind of, I suppose, unusual things. They've got a song called Tane, which is in one of the earlier albums. It might have been released on their first album, but Tane is basically about the Irish Ulster sagas, Irish mythology. The song itself is, I want to say, something like 17 minutes long or something like that. It's an epic. The actual album title itself, Picaresque, refers to satirical prose which originated in Spain, which depicting realistically and often humorously the adventures of a low-born, ruggish hero living by their wits in a corrupt society. And that's kind of what it's all about. All the kind of songs are kind of very much about that type of thing. In particular, there's a song called Eli the Barrow Boy. The details the kind of sad tale of a poor boy who wishes for better things. I suppose it kind of takes place in some sort of kind of Victorian town, I imagine. It sounds very much like a kind of Dickensian novel. And he just kind of hopes that he could one day buy a lovely gown made of silk and Arabian thread for his love, but ends up drowning. But the lyrics are so beautiful, you kind of can't help but feel moved. Other standout tracks have to be The Engine Driver, which I suppose is effectively a kind of love song. Part of the chorus is if you don't love me, let me go. But it's written really well. The following track on the album is a track called On the Bus Mall, and from what I've gathered from the lyrical contents, is about two male gigolos, kind of street urchin types, just trying to kind of etch out a living by doing what male prostitutes do, I suppose. But the lyrics are lovely, like they're really, really nice. I know that's not a great way of describing things, but it's nothing's ever explicit. There's one lyric that I've kind of picked out here from On the Bus Mall that I really quite liked. And here in our hollow we'll fuse like a family, but I will not mourn for you. It's one that kind of stuck with me. And of course the final track, which is called The Mariner's Revenge, which is essentially a sea shanty and sounds like a sea shanty. Like I said, they're a kind of folk band, so they do play accordions, kind of cellos, violins, guitars, mandolins, probably bouzouki and stuff like that as well. And like I said, The Mariner's Revenge is very much a sea shanty about a man trying to seek revenge. Basically what happens is his widowed mother finds a guy who's described in the song as a rake and a roustabout, and basically leaves her penniless and poor, and she dies at a consumption. So presumably kind of alcohol use or something like that, opium, who knows. Like I said, the songs sound very much or read very much like a kind of Dickensian novel or Dickensian story. And he spends the rest of his life trying to seek out this guy, and then becomes a whaler on a ship, and they eventually come together in the belly of a whale or the mouth of a whale and have a fight to the death. So yeah, it's really interesting, and yeah, I really can't underestimate the effect that had on me. It was one that I kind of kept going back to time and time again, and really enjoyed listening to. I don't think there's anything particularly innovative about the album, but it's a really nice listen, interesting listen. So yeah,
cool. It's not it's a band that I know of, but I haven't really gone in on them. So I always find it's a bit of a dickhead thing to say. It's like, oh yeah, I've heard of them, but I haven't listened to the songs.
There's probably people out there who think it's probably quite a dickhead thing to say, like the Decemberists, to be honest, because I think they might be seen as if we've been a bit of a douchey band, but yeah, I love this album.
Cool. So remind me what the album's called.
It's called Picaresque, not picturesque.
So okay, Picaresque.
Picaresque.
By the Decemberists.